escalating deals that haven't been updated for a significant period of time. So you guys might be sitting there and saying, CJ, Phil, we get it. We don't have a problem with collecting information. Our milestones, our deal stages are rock solid. They're tried and true. We know what we like. We have it. It's all set up. Our problem is that we consistently run into roadblocks with moving those deals from stage to stage, whether that be through lack of activity, lack of communication, or not organized, a variety of different reasons. What if you could escalate those and send out notifications internally and externally, which I'll mention in just a moment, to make sure that some sort of activity or some sort of motion is taking place on those deals? So imagine a scenario where you have a deal and it's been 60 days and they haven't been emailed, they haven't been called. So that card that you're looking at has just been sitting there for 60 days and nothing is happening on it. I mean, as far as they know, it's over. I mean, we should do something with that, right? Like some sort of activity should happen, whether marketing creates a piece that can automatically trigger to go out to them to try to re-engage them. How about an internal task notification to that sales rep and their manager or a supervisor saying, hey, you haven't contacted this person in 60 days. Why don't you send them an email, give them a call, schedule a meeting, drop by their office. Or a sales manager can see this, go to the sales rep and say, hey, why haven't you called this person? Is there something going on? Oh, I just don't have the time. Well, let's move that to somebody that does have the time. Let's give that to somebody else on the sales team so that they can nurture that deal along to at least take some activity. And maybe the reality is just they're just not interested. They've ghosted you for 60 days and there's maybe a reason for that. Well, then at that point, we should get it out of the system, right? We should move it from that stage it's in, and let's just automatically move it or push it to closed lost, set the reason for that closed lost deal, which we'll get into in just a moment, as lack of activity for more than 60 days. So now we know that this deal's probably just a lost deal, and that's okay. That happens. It's not a 100% win rate all the time, but we're organizing and keeping our deal pipeline a little bit cleaner, which goes a long way. I mean, at best, you'll prevent opportunities from slipping through the cracks. So things aren't just going to get lost in the shuffle. But at the very least, you'll prevent your pipeline from having a bunch of stale deals just sitting there. You'll keep it cleaner and organized, and really what we call pipeline integrity or deal pipeline integrity, where everything's clean and organized, and like just pulling it up, what's what. Everything that's in specific stages are really there for a reason. They're not just there simply because they haven't been moved in 30, 60, 90 days or whatever the case is.